What did you fix?
Whoa,
he says, well,
trouble on the back.
Trouble on the back once again. The
All
9
the
of Ambrose goes around, as does the 1. Jamie McMurray, our reigning champion. Brad Keselowski torn up. Regan Smith in the 51.
Both the
Kane's involved.
24, we're done.
And Darrell, I don't know who it was, but somebody changed lines.
Yeah, I saw him
and
moving.
there wasn't a hole there.
I saw him moving back there. Somebody made a move, and there wasn't anywhere to go.
Joey Logano's in it. We're hearing Eric Almirola potentially in this as well. This pack was growing 15 to 16 cars, and most were involved in this.
But this is what? This is why. Okay, this is why we haven't been doing a lot of drafting. This is the fear you have. And why do we have that fear? Because we usually get a reality.
It could happen. It's always on the mind of the drivers and teams that this potentially could happen.
The 9, and here he goes, but right there, he gets pushed into by...
That's Carl Edwards.
Carl Edwards, 99
car. Yeah.
And because Marcus Ambrose was second in line, everyone behind him after that happens either checking up or trying to figure out the line through, and that caught up almost everyone.
That was a... can we run that one right there? I think that told us more of a tale right there, what we just saw in that replay.
I think what I saw was when the 9 started to pull down, the 99 was going to go to the outside and fill the gap, and he clipped him as he goes by.
A little tighter view.
Wow, look at all these cars.
There's the 99. That could have been the 88 that was up there with Dale Jr.
I believe it was. They're all black primers
It's
for the
hard to
most
tell.
part.
It's hard to tell.
A little bit what's gone on the track so far. Wild ride for young David Reagan. He blew a tire and collected Jason Leffler in the process. No one's fault, just part of going 180 plus miles an hour, and comparatively not much damage to either of the cars. Now clearly one of the worst looking incidents of the entire test session for all 3 series. On the backstretch, Eric Almirola from Joe Gibbs Racing makes some contact coming down the track and ends up on his roof. Fortunately, only the car was damaged. It was a very scary looking tumble, mostly because he was upside down for quite a while, but the safety crews of the track got the car back on its wheels and got Almirola out, but a tough way to get accustomed to Daytona. So
going to try him here, but they're trying to get this pack racing down, as Larry and Darrell have talked about, to find out exactly what package we need to come back for the 54th running of the Daytona 500. We've got trouble on the track.
And that is Jeff Burton in the 31 for the second time in 3 days, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming off of turn 2.
I was just going to say that, you know, we can have this kind of practice session with these cars bunched up like this as long as we don't have any problems. And now, I'm not sure that we'll see.
Well, that's a good point. I was getting on the elevator last night. Let's take another look at what happened. Wow.
Looks like the 42 car, the target car, Montoya, maybe somewhat started that, Darrell.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. took a hard right turn quickly.
Let's see.
Take another look that the cars are lightest when they're going down the straightaway.
Yeah, the guys have all told me that the hardest place, 42 hit the 88, turned him into the 31.
You know, my only question, Darrell, there was a driver behind Montoya. Did that driver maybe bump into him and started it? It's just hard to say.
We just have to keep looking at it because, you know, every accident we look at, our first impressions are usually not our best ones.
here comes the good and the bad for Steve Wallace. First of all, the good, he's mixed up in this very fast draft, running very well on the low side of the racetrack.
And that was all fine on the racetrack. They went back to the garage to make some changes on the race car, and on his way back out, he didn't make it to pit road. There was a big accident there. He got sideways, and he went into the fence.
Are you serious?
And you can see an extreme amount of damage on that race car. They had to put it on a rollback and take it out of the racetrack. It's done for today, that's for sure.
We are still not too
draft. David Starr in the 11 truck, as you can see right here. There's the 10 of Brendan Gaughan. He's going to bump draft the 11. Just turned him, just picked the rear end off the ground, turned him into the outside wall. That's the 59 of Ted Musgrave on the inside. He made some pretty significant contact with the inside wall. So both of those trucks, a lot of damage here on the day one of 3 days of testing.
And that hurts a little bit more because, of course,
there's not a lot of downforce on them because of Speedway, and I guess the slower you get, the less grip you have. And must have hit some oil in the middle of the corner, and
obviously lost it and wrecked it, but we'll bring it back to shop, fix it up, and get ready for the 500.
I will say you guys got some tools out, and we were wondering at first in the booth with these new type of fenders and parts that in situations like this moving forward it would be easier to fix, but you're saying you have too much damage to try to do anything at the racetrack?
Yeah, the way he hit, the nose is wrecked and needs a side. And we'll just go back, evaluate everything, cut everything up, and start over with this thing.
One other thing before